Hi, welcome back to the Launch Point Leader Podcast. My name is Lori.
This is Beau.
We're so excited to be back with you another week to do something different. We are so excited to talk about our 2025 leadership retreat today and do something a little bit different. If you're following us, you've seen lots about it on our website and socials and everything, but we just wanted to take some time and talk about the benefits of a retreat today, what we're going to be able to offer for you guys that get to visit with us, and just some cool stories of success we've seen in the past from past retreats that we ourselves have been on and those that we've been able to lead as well.
Yeah, so some of the biggest learning moments in my career have come with spending time with other business leaders, whether they're in my industry or just leaders in general. So some of my biggest breakthroughs have come because I've taken the time to be with them. And that's what this retreat really, that's one part of what this retreat is about. Kind of a 3-part retreat is what I would kind of chalk it up to. One is your connection with other business owners, other business leaders, other high-level folks that are thinking about the future, thinking about what's next for 2025, and that collaboration and just those little learnings around a lunch or a dinner table or an hour reception, like those can be some of the biggest takeaways that you can have at a retreat like this. So I think that's one reason. The second reason is we're going to give some pretty great content, if I have to say so myself. Like, we're going to help give some thoughts about, as you think about 2025, here's some things you can use to plan for your business, to plan for what's next for your organization. We're going to bring some of the thought leaders in to kind of give you some ideas that might challenge the status quo that you've been doing and kind of take your business to the next level. And then third, you've got to, as a leader, you've got to refresh yourself. A refreshed leader can then refresh other people. And so it's really about that connection. It's about that content, and it's about that refreshment. And if I was a better leader, I'd probably have another C for that refreshment word. So content, connection, and whatever it might be, right? But we'd love to have you there because we think it's going to be a really impactful time. As leaders, we've got to work on the business just as much as or more than we work in the business. And your team, your community, your organization is counting on you and me and you in 2025 to lead at a higher level. And so we think this retreat will really be a great opportunity for you to come and get away and do all three of those areas.
Yeah, absolutely. So if I'm someone that is sitting here in September, October of 2025, why should I already be thinking about 2026? I've got plenty of time to do that. And why can't I just go in my home office for a day and do that planning myself?
Yeah, there's a lot of benefit to going and having a home office day and having some planning. I think you got to be planning all the time as a leader. But when you're thinking about creating a strategic plan, a plan for your entire organization for an entire 12-month time span, doing what you do typically every single day in the places that you do it is not going to create that spark and going to create that that kind of pathway in your brain that's going to open up. When you get away, at least for me, I've always found when I get away, it takes me about 24 hours to be away from the business. And then my mind just starts firing, rapid fire, not about, I've got to do this and this has to get done, but about what ifs. What if we could do this? Yeah. What if we went back and changed this? Oh, that's interesting. I saw the way that they were doing that. I wonder what that would mean for us. So I think as a leader, your office is great, but there is no substitute for getting away so that you cannot get drawn back in, and that you have to be away to do the work the deep thinking work that a leader has to do in order to set up a plan for the coming year.
Yeah, I think that's great. So that really talks about a bit of the self-content. I think a good part of the retreat is not only is there going to be lots of time to work together with people and sit in workshops, but you do have that dedicated time in a really nice space with all the materials you're going to need, clear outside distractions so that you can come up with those ideas. And I think you're right. It takes just a little bit of time away to keep your brain functioning differently, to come up with those new ideas. They say the brain needs to break in a routine before it can really come up with new ideas because you're so in a routine
Quotable.
that it is so hard to break out of that. And so that is so important. Let's talk more about the connection piece as well. I think you probably have some great stories of ways that you've been able to connect with like-minded individuals that have challenged you beyond just the 8 to 10 people, maybe your leadership team that you work with every day.
Yeah, and I think that's been so valuable because you get to hear what they think about, even if it's a nonprofit and you're a for-profit, if it's a ministry and you're not a ministry, like whatever it might be, you're connecting with other leaders of industries and organizations. And so what they're thinking about might tactically be different than you, but how they're thinking organizationally is always really helpful to me because they might be thinking about something in the economy, or they might be thinking about something in the community, or a way in which they're organizing their staff and how they use communication, how they use visual tools, how they use connection with their own team. It's just always really interesting to come away challenged again. I've not thought about it that way. Maybe I should like dive into that just a little bit. I also think it's really helpful just to see how they talk, how they interact. In this, you're going to get to interact with a lot of different folks, and just how they carry themselves has always been something I've enjoyed being around, because I get to learn from people that are younger and older than me, and go, how I kind of go, where do I fall into that? Like, am I becoming the leader that I need to be? So great opportunities there to learn from other people and to make connections in and outside of your community that you can fall back on and go, man, when I've got a problem or I'm stuck on something, instead of just relying on my great team that we've got, what if I shoot an email, a text, or a phone call to this guy that I met, this girl that I met on this retreat, and go, hey, I've got this thing. What do you think?
Yeah.
And it is amazing the perspective that you'll get, and you'll just instantly feel unstuck. So lots of benefit with that connection piece on this.
And then let's dig into, I'll brand the refreshing as the last C is care.
Oh,
Connect, content, and care.
There it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
There it
it's
is.
there. We love alliterations.
Hashtag self-care. Yep. Love it.
We've got it. We found it.
Yep.
As care, let's talk about the great facility that we're going to be hosting at, because part of getting away is physically getting away, right? Not just a new office, but a great retreat space.
Yeah. I mean, you are going to feel really cared for. And I don't think you need to feel bad for that. It is a great thing. Like you said, the mind's got to have a break. You said it a lot more eloquently than I did to come up with new ideas. But Barnsley Resort in Adairsville, Georgia is a beautiful facility. They've got all the activities, a wonderful golf course, which is where you'll find me, horseback riding, axe throwing, pool, spa. I mean, shooting grounds, like all kinds of stuff. You name it, they've got it. And they just opened up a lazy river.
Wow, pretty good.
And pickleball courts. So it's kind of like golf course, pickleball, lazy river, and just kind of go in that rotation.
That's a full day.
But yeah, there'll be plenty of time for that kind of care piece as well. You've got to come back refreshed so that, like we said, you can refresh other people. Or cared for people, care for people.
Wow.
Woo!
There's the quote, and that's already right there.
Done. That's
Change
it.
that is happening because of that. I think that's good. And so I'm really excited, like you said, for the content, not only that we're going to be able to bring exclusive materials and resources that are just going to help you set up your year better. You're not starting from scratch and creating your mission and vision. You're not starting with nothing. It's giving you guided thoughts that will help you curate those, as well as bringing in outside people just to give some advice, some content so that you can grow yourself in that time. The connection with people is going to be really beneficial. Maybe share just a story from a time that you have either been a participant in a retreat or led a retreat with a team somewhere, and just what success have you seen from that?
I think you don't realize how much you need to get away from the business or from the organization until you actually do it. And the fire and the energy that I've seen people come back with is second to none. I don't think you can get that doing anything else. The connectivity that you have with the people you're on the retreat with is pretty special as well, those relationships. And then I think just the opportunity to think differently, think away from the day-to-day, helps you get a full plan in place, or at least an overall vision in place, so that when you get back in the whirlwind of the day-to-day, you have some guiding lights and kind of a runway to go down as you seek to hit your vision. So I've seen teams really gel. I've seen people create incredible relationships and mentorships over the years as well, and just coming back fired up for the mission and the work that you're doing. Being around other leaders who are passionate about what they do and leading people can only stoke your fire. And so also Barnesville has a lot of great fire pits too.
That's
by the
true.
way,
S'mores every night.
S'mores every night. But I think those are just some like really simple examples without getting too like in the weeds with it. But it's just a great opportunity. We want you to join us. Spots are limited. So make sure you do sign up. I think we have a discount code.
We
Is
do,
that potentially
yeah.
the
So
case?
we are limiting
Okay.
this event to 15 individuals. We want to keep it a space
Do I
where
count
we
as one of
can-
those?
You do
or-
not. You
okay,
are. That's a
I'm
freebie right
extra.
there.
Got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
So Beau will be there. Don't worry, he's not part of the 15. You can bring 14 of your other friends and still make it.
Perfect.
But please come. We would love to connect, create content with you for your upcoming year, and then really just provide you a space to care for yourself and care for what you need to get done. If you fill out just the code podcast and you're going to our website,
Ooh.
easy peasy. We are listening to a podcast. The code is podcast.
Boom.
We're going to include a free spa service or recreational activity for you
Well,
in the
what is that
price
website
of the
address,
retreat.
Lori? Because I'm going to do that right now.
launchpointleader.com/retreat.
Fantastic.
Use the code podcast as you're checking out. It'll automatically take that out of your cart. And then there you go. That's an extra bonus piece to care for yourself. Already taken care of. You don't even have to worry about it. We'll book it for you. Take care of everything.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got to end this because I got to go book this thing.
That's right. We're going into our plan. Beau's heading to Lazy River early.
I am. I'm going to Lazy River right now. Yeah, I'm going ahead of time. I'll be there. Get it ready for everybody. Yeah.
But please, if you're interested, please reach out. Visit our website, launchpointleader.com/retreat. We can't wait to see you there and enjoy this really great time together as we plan for 2026.
Yep. See you in a few weeks
Thanks.
at
We'll see you
Barnsley.
there.